All right, Pastor Chris O'Hara's church, Hilltop.
Yes.
Pastor Warren and Kayla right here, and just got through ministering. Tell us what's going on.
Well, glory to God. We are here with my good friend, Pastor Chris O'Hara, Hilltop International in Port Harcourt. He's one of the awesome pastors, a great man of integrity, tremendous at preaching on leadership. And so really when we come to his church, it's almost like a supernatural leadership training classes every time I go to Lecky Branch or here. They're very powerful. One of the things we talked about tonight was tongues and interpretation of tongues, which is very important because we talked about sound. We talked about how to pray in tongues. We actually had the people look into each other's eyes. Mom actually gave me some prophecies, and I saw some things in Mom, and it's like I will be talking in tongues, and then what I do is I have the audience on the right stop, and then I'll make the people on the right prophesy to the ones on the left, and then I'll have them pray in tongues again. And then I'll have the ones on the left, when I say stop, prophesy to the ones on the right. And this is something I learned back at ORU 1984 with Oral Roberts. Looking at other students in their eyes, talking in tongues, and stopping. And then he said, just say what you feel the Holy Spirit saying to the other student. And then we'd pray in tongues again, and then the student on the left would have opportunity to say what they felt like the Holy Spirit was saying. And Mom had a whole lot to say. Some things I pick up with Kayla by, she'll just be saying in tongues and I already know what she's saying, because when you pray in tongues together a lot, sometimes while the other person's praying in tongues, you will start hearing not just your interpretation, you'll actually start hearing what the other person is saying in the Spirit. You get in tune with the voice of God, but you actually hear what God is saying to the other person. Sometimes the other person will be prophesying to you while they're speaking in tongues, and they don't necessarily have to say it out, how can I say in English, just because she used to pray each other. Praying with each other. So what happens is she starts knowing what I'm saying in tongues sometimes, and then I start knowing what she's saying in tongues sometimes. So it's not just interpreting your own tongues, it's also being able to, like the Bible says in Scripture, you interpret somebody else giving a tongue and then the other person interprets. But the more you pray in tongues together, the easier that flows. So really, if you are a couple, I encourage you to spend time praying in tongues for an hour every day. Watch what will happen. It'll make you both get real sharp and prophesy to each other. Literally, it'll cause you to encourage each other, uplift each other, and build each other up. And that is so powerful when you get in the Holy Spirit. So we've had a great time tonight, not only prophesying each other, but getting an audience of hundreds of people over here. You know, he's got quite a lot of people in his church. This is a Wednesday night service. Normally on a Sunday, the entire building's packed. He has a field behind the church. When he does these conferences, he'll have thousands all around the building, everywhere. And so we're getting ready to come back to speak in his major conference, where there'll be you'll see crowds around this entire building. Every parking lot will be filled with chairs, inside and outside. There'll be literally thousands here from everywhere. Plus, we'll be broadcasting into all these satellite branches. He has many other satellite churches all over Port Harcourt as well. And just like so, this is tremendous. You're really touching a lot of lives. It's awesome tonight. Amen. We love you all. Bless you. Dean is videoing this. Dean Jastkowski. They all try to say his name.
Gazowski. So we'll have a good break point. Let's actually. Here's a question that the viewers have for you. I know the viewers have because I've got it. The viewers. People watch these videos.
They're watching the video. Yeah.
People, not right now, but they're going to watch it. So here's the thing: when you're going through the prophecy. Okay, you're praying in the Spirit, you're prophesying over each other. What does that feel like to somebody who does not know the Spirit of God? What does that feel like on the inside? How can you best describe that, Kayla? How can you help us with understanding the interpretation part?
Well, a lot of times when I start to interpret, sometimes God shows me in pictures. So I see in pictures a lot of times. For me, that's how it works with me. I started to see in pictures. Like I said, gave Warren a word, and I saw it was like this
potholes being filled with the love of God.
Yeah, I said to him, there's potholes in your life that you feel unloved, that God is filling with His love. And before I said it, I saw I saw it. I looked at a road and I saw these holes in a road. So with me, a lot of times I see.
Cool.
Yeah, interpretation of tongues will come different. Some people will just be, for me, I'm used to speaking in tongues, and I've really got kind of hooked up to the voice of God. So like I did tonight, I talk in tongues, and then when I speak with tongues, interpretation to me, it just kind of like there's just a flow. I just feel the voice of God flowing. And maybe that's a lot because of my calling. I'm called to preach all the time. So maybe the communication part to me, when I interpret tongues, it just communicates. When she interprets tongues, she a lot of times will describe things to me by pictures.
Okay, so what I hear you saying is, Kayla, see pictures. You're a seer. You see these
Yeah, I
things.
see.
Pastor
And then I
Hunter.
see.
And I
Okay.
just like
And then
prophesy.
okay, and it just comes out of your mouth.
Yeah, it just comes.
There you go.
So it's different with every person. It's going to be different with every
What are
person.
some other ways that people prophesy?
Some things can come by symbolism, pictures like that. Remember, he said to my prophets, in Numbers 14:28, God says to my prophets, I speak to them in dreams and visions. But not so to my servant Moses. He said, I speak to him face to face as a man speaks to his friend. So in one sense, there's different levels of intimacy in the Spirit. When you start praying in tongues and you're learning, at first when you play guitar, remember we're talking about making a certain sound. So when you play guitar, you might only know a few songs, and your vocabulary, the way to describe what God's saying might be limited. But the more time you spend praying in tongues, the more you learn more songs, like on a guitar. The more you become more, before you know it, you are like a master keyboard player or a master organist or a master guitar player or a master. So what happens is as time goes on, you'll begin to master the interpretation of tongues. It gets clearer and clearer the more time you spend in the Spirit.
Well, even I said to him, I looked at him and I said, I know the Spirit of God is going to has spoken to you a lot more than what I'm getting ready to say.
Yeah, and I didn't want to say all that I heard her saying. It's just that I knew it. I was already hearing what she was saying. I was hearing God encouraging me and speaking to me through her without her having to actually say it in English. So it's different.
There you go. I appreciate you sharing.
Amen.